Thanks for tuning in today. And thanks for being so quick to spring into action to offer your yoga classes online to your students, to people who really can benefit from them at this time of need. And you did it with the knowledge that your offering might not be perfect. You did it even though the technology piece may have scared you a bit. And I'm here to say that I see you, I recognize you, I honor you, and I'm right there with you. And I have a few ideas that I'd like to share with you today so that we can continue doing this and at the same time offer something that's really of value to our students and our clients during this time of need. So the first thing I want to say is that because we are delivering yoga classes live and private sessions live, we have a real opportunity to make our offerings timely and relevant. So before you consider what you're going to teach for your class, what is the climate of the day? Things are changing so rapidly, sometimes even hour by hour. What's happening right now? What do you need as a human being right now? Sit with your own feelings personally and consider what it is that your students really might need at this time. You might even do a poll with your students or clients ahead of time to understand that better. And then structure your offering in a way that really meets people where they are. Be real, be authentic about what's happening in the world around you, and teach from that place. And then next, we have an opportunity to really motivate and empower people with our offerings. We're living in a really disempowered time right now. We can't go anywhere. We can't do many of the things that we love, and many of us are unable to work. And others are making all the decisions for us, it seems. There's an inherent lack of self-agency, and this can be depressing for some and devastating for others. So yoga teachers, we know, are part guide and part cheerleader too. They encourage their students to practice, to breathe, to grab hold of what is right there in their own hands so that their students, each of us, can feel better in our bodies, minds, and spirits. And to recognize that, when we offer these things to our client, it's from a place that they know that they can do these things for themselves anytime. Yes, they enjoy taking classes from you and having you as their guide, but it's really about them and not you, the teacher. And I think that's even more important right now to recognize. So through your offerings, through your language, continue to encourage your students to show up and to feel empowered. Now more than ever, it's about the student, their own sense of self-worth, and their own connection to what is. And then third, we're offering ways for people to connect in a time of social distancing and social isolation. That's super important. And we can do that obviously through one-on-one private yoga therapy sessions or by leveraging telehealth for individualized yoga therapy sessions. But we can also do this with our group yoga classes. Get your students to share before and after class. And you might leave this just open-ended, right? How are you doing today? Or you might actually put more thought into that, right? And give some prompts or questions to stir discussion during your class time that relates to the theme of the class that you have planned for the day. Let your students see each other. I'm not saying you need to do that throughout the whole duration of the class because I think that can be pretty distracting. But open up the cameras before and after class so that they can see each other. I know that for me personally, these students are part of a Sangha that has existed for a long time, and they want to remain connected to each other. And then lastly for now, and this is not an all-encompassing list of things that you might consider to do, please know that what you are offering really fosters a sense of stability and consistency in an unstable and inconsistent world. So it's really important. If you offer yoga classes, every Monday and Friday at noon for the past 5, 10, 15 years, and people made your class part of the routine, then keep it up. If there are certain things that you always do in your class that students know and expect of you, keep doing those things too. Give your students a sense of solid ground in any way that you can. Give them a sense of stability in these uncertain times. And yes, there are plenty of video streaming services that are they're better perhaps at delivering online yoga classes in terms of their photography, their videography, how they can produce online content. And I've used those services many times through the years, and I recognize their value. But I have to say, from my own personal experience right now, over these past few weeks, I have been pretty disinclined to use those online streaming services. And while their quality might be superior, their message falls pretty flat for me right now. I don't have a sense of connection with those teachers. And frankly, I'm not interested in selecting a class that is something entitled Flow to Start Your Day or something like that, because it doesn't feel relevant for me. I don't feel connected to that content. So please keep doing the good work that you're doing as yoga teachers. And if you're a yoga therapist, I have a lot more ideas to amplify the work that you're doing in today's reality. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let's connect again soon.